Hey guys, Gon here. So as you guys know, they just released relic upgrading, and the way that you get them is by clearing the bird floor 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the team that I use, the gear for it, and how to clear floor 4. I'm not going to show the team on the other 3 floors because it's pretty easy. So I'm going to skip ahead, but I'm going to go over the gear first, and then I'll do that later. So I have Trader Melly. I have Diane, I have Blue Magelda, and I have Thor. Here's the gear that I use on them. I use attack crit damage on melee with crit defense rolls. I use HP crit resistance on Diane with crit resistance pieces. I use attack crit resistance on Magelda, and I use attack crit damage on Thor with crit defense. Um, For links, I use Sario on Thor, I use Escanor on Magelda to keep her alive, I use Tarmael on Diane, and I use Sabnak on Melly so he can hit a little bit harder. For the card set that I use the Deer card set. It gives basic stats and it makes things a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to floor 4, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how to clear it. Alright, I just got through all 3 floors of the bird, so now I'm going to show you how to kill floor 4. There are quite a few gimmicks, but as long as you follow the guide that I'm doing, you should be able to do it. And generally, what you want to do for phase 1 is that you want to use your time to get 3 level 2 cards in your hand for phase 2. Something you need to look out for, though, is that the bird is going to put disabled debuffs on you. What a disabled debuff is, it's kind of like the Tarmael debuff. It is the Tarmael debuff. And if you have that on you and he attacks you, you're going to get one shot. So we have to save our melee AoEs because we have the melee relic. See? That will cleanse it. And we have to save our Magelda heals. This phase is very easy. He doesn't really do a lot of damage. So generally what I like to do is I like to just get rid of my junk cards and build up my melee passive. Okay, we got 1 silver ready to go. Stance now. We don't want to kill him yet. That's why I'm using the melee cards last so he doesn't get as much damage. Because I want to have my 3 silvers. So actually I kind of lucked out a little bit. I don't have to use my melee AoE. I can save that to be one of my silvers for next turn. And there's my last silver. Alright, so we're gonna do alright. And this will take us into phase 2. Alright, so for phase 2, you have to use the 3 silvers turn 1. They're not going to really do any damage to him. And the reason why you have to use the 3 silvers turn 1 is because he's going to put a buff on you for doing that. So it doesn't matter what order I do it in. I'm just going to burn my Diane card. Melee actually still hits pretty hard. Alright, so you can see now that I have this debuff on me. It's a great debuff, and this is going to allow me to damage the bird. The important thing is if you can't kill the bird during these 2 turns of having this buff, you're going to have to reapply it by doing the same exact thing. So another thing that you also want to try to do while you're in this phase is you want to try to save as many Thor cards and Amplify cards as possible because you're going to need them for the next phase, and I'll explain why. So let me get through this phase. Ah, that's so tragic. How much HP does he have? I think I can still kill him. I may have to use a Thor card. It's fine though. It's worth it if I could not have to restart. Okay, we're good. Alright, so for phase 3, the bird has 10 immortality buffs. These immortality buffs are just like Ratataskar's. They will not go away until you hit him with an Amplify or a Thor card, which is why we have Megelda cards and we have Melee. So I'm just going to wham on him with all of them to start chipping away at his immortality. You can see now Thor is hitting like a truck, and so is Melee. You'll also notice, just like Lore 3, he's applying these debuffs on you. Um, the first one you won't be able to stance anymore. It's not that big of a deal. Um, but you just want to build up your cards again. Thor will also proc one of the immortality buffs, so you're welcome to do that. You also want to save um, your melee ult for the next phase. Not my debuffs. It's also important to note, by the way, if Melee has the if he has the um, debuff on him, he will not be able, the amplify will not count. You got to make sure he does not have the skill block on him. So I'm just going to use this. Actually, I'm probably going to use the double AoE to cleanse myself. Actually, I can't. I'm going to use the Thor. I'll use an AoE, then I'll use the Thor again, and I'll finish him with the melee AoE. Alright, so basically for this phase, the reason why I wanted to keep these Meliol is because what he's going to do is after 2 turns he's going to put a buff on him that will give him basic stat buff and it will give him evade. So my only buff strip is the um, melee, so I wanted to save that. So he has the old bird passive. He'll have a random passive. One thing you got to look out for is if you have 7 debuffs on you, you're pretty much over. So right now I have 4, 5, 6. I gotta get ready to end. Um, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the melee ult and then do the AoE and hope the gold amplifies enough to kill him. If not, I may have to reset. And we finished. So that's basically how you clear the bird. I want to give a shout out to my guildmate named Iron. He's from JP. He wrote out a fantastic guide. I'm going to link him in the description. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Peace.